service to our nation's veterans. For more information, visit vetraplex.org. Again, that's vetraplex.org or call 928-284-2022.
And we are back. You're listening to JD's Rockin' Sports. We've got 2 hours in the books coming up on the final hour. We still do have JD in the office. He will be heading out to the Waste Management Open.
Maybe I might go back today. But I'll definitely be out there at dark 30 tomorrow morning to get the final round in. Tomorrow it's supposed to be nice and sunny, man.
That'll be a perfect day for golfing.
Yeah, so I don't know. I become kind of a wuss when it rains. I try to stay inside as much as possible.
Right.
Because if I'm sick, I mean, I lose out on so much money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I try not to get sick.
Well,
but I'm just here so I don't get fined.
You, Marshawn, and Tiger, huh? Right. Well, yeah. So everyone definitely be checking out on the page. We'll have I'm sure you'll have some pictures up.
Oh yeah, I have some pretty good pictures right now. Martin Laird's actually, just to do a quick recap. Martin Laird coming up on the last hole on the front nine. He has a 2-shot lead. Amazing thing is he shot 5 under the first day, 5 under yesterday, and halfway through the round today he is even. So
really?
He's still at 10 under. So that's I don't know. He's gonna have to catch fire on the backside, otherwise they're gonna catch him. Kind of tells you how much this weather is playing in this game. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I know we weren't going to talk about golf, but I figured I'd go ahead and throw it in there. Bubba Watson, now that Phil and Tiger are gone, is pretty much the fan favorite right now, and he's 2 shots back. I think he just finished up his front 9. He's in the back 9 now.
Well, usually, and I like Bubba, and also he's lefty. For some reason, there's nothing. I love a lefty swing on the club. I think it looks a lot better than a righty.
A few years ago, he got on the mic at the 16th hole and started rapping.
Yeah,
he does too. I thought it was pretty funny, but I'll be able to get some great shots tomorrow. I won't pull the camera out when it's raining.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
They're too damn expensive.
Yep. Yeah.
We don't have the $1 billion budgets that the big guys have, the big dogs have. So not yet. We will. So anyway, talk some NBA.
Yeah, looks like the All-Stars were just announced. Now the only one that's actually going to be replaced is Kobe because he's injured with the torn wing. But out of the West, looks like they had guard Stephen Curry got the nod on that one, which I think is no surprise.
Yeah,
and I think I bet you'd be surprised if he wasn't on the starter. And once, like I said, Kobe was selected as a guard, but because of his injury, he'll be replaced by DeMarcus Cousins. Forward is Anthony Davis.
Okay.
Another forward, Blake Griffin.
Okay.
And the other starting forward, Marcus Gasol.
Yeah.
So
I'll go with that.
I don't think really there's any surprises there. I mean, obviously Kobe not being in there is probably the only surprise, but I really don't think anyone's going to argue with anyone that's on that list.
Well,
I would argue with Kobe.
He's not on that list.
He's not on the list.
No, he is not. He's not playing that good. Chris Paul is.
First off, he's injured. He's out for the season. So
Right.
Why are you talking about him?
Exactly. Another reason he shouldn't be on the All-Star team.
He's not on the All-Star team.
He's selected.
He was selected, but it's an All-Star. It's a fan thing.
Right.
Let the fans see their favorite players. I like Kobe.
He's not one of the best players in the game anymore.
I really don't give a rat's ass. If the All-Star game was here, I'd be first in line to get a Kobe Bryant autograph because he is a Hall of Famer. Hands down. And I will try to get a picture with him too.
Good for you. I'd take Chris Paul.
Really? So if you just, Kobe Bryant walks in here and everything takes pictures with us three, you wouldn't even step up for a picture with him.
You have Chris Paul or Kobe Bryant? I'm going to Chris Paul.
Dodged that question so bad.
Yeah, but that's not the question though. You're picking between two guys.
But that's what I'm
If you're
saying. He's
asking
a
me to
Hall
pick-
of Famer right now. If you look at the rest of the league right now, if everybody retires today and the league shuts down, Kobe and maybe Duncan, maybe LeBron are Hall of Famers. Everybody else, no.
I don't disagree with you that he's a Hall of Famer.
So why wouldn't you want to see him?
Because I don't care. I've seen him enough. He's done.
Well,
Let's move on.
as a fan of the game and not just a hockey guy, I'd want to see him. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know if that's directed to you
Chris
or not.
Paul. He's a better player at this point.
Yeah, but Kobe has nothing to do with Chris Paul. It's two different positions.
But you're saying pick your two guards. I would pick Stephen Curry and Chris Paul.
Okay,
That's who I would pick.
but Kobe wouldn't be in that spot. He's a forward. He's a small forward.
No, he's listed as a guard, shooting guard.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'd still have him in there because he's still one of the best shooters in the game.
It's the same reason Yao Ming was selected when he was injured for like 12 years in a row.
He wasn't even in the league for 12 years.
He was you get 25 votes a day and everyone in China voted him in. I get it. It's a fan competition, but he's not
All right. So do you think that Westbrook deserves to be in?
as a reserve.
But he was still voted in.
I don't know. Is he even on the
Yeah, he's a
Do you think Durant
he's a
still
reserve.
deserves to be in, right?
Yeah.
Even though they missed a total of about 40 games this year?
They're playing and they're still at the top.
Well, they're
of the-
playing now. But you're okay
as
with them
a
being in, and
reserve.
Kobe
I would
just
take
got
Kobe
hurt.
as a reserve. As a starter, no.
Oh, okay. In that case, okay. I thought you just said
No.
no to the All-Star game.
I'm saying starting. My starters would be
But the fans, the All-Star game is for
Right.
the fans.
well, and that's what I'm saying. These would
The
be
fans
my
are voting
this
him
is
in.
my vote.
I know what I'm saying. The fans are voting him in. The fans want to see him there.
Well, good
I
for the
want to
fans.
see him there.
His mama call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
I'm
That
just saying
is
if-
irrelevant.
yeah, that doesn't apply here. When in Rome.
That is also irrelevant.
But that's what I'm saying. You're giving me my 5 votes. These are my 5 players.
Oh, okay.
That's my
So
5 players.
you're not saying that he didn't deserve to be an
No,
All-Star.
he would still be an All-Star, just not a starter.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
go with that.
In the East, we've got
They're all wrong. Go ahead.
at the guards in the East, we've got John Wall,
Okay, got it.
Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
With the forwards, Pau Gasol,
Yeah.
LeBron,
Yeah.
Melo. That's one.
Melo's a Kobe vote. It's a
I'm not-
fan favorite vote.
That's the one I not as a starter, maybe as a reserve.
And I would put Irving over Lowry as a starter.
But then again, when you look at the rest of the talent in the East,
yeah,
you pretty much just picked them right there. What you gonna put Chris Bosh, maybe? As a starter?
As a starter, no. I
no,
would
not as a starter.
Not as a-
Probably
we-
a reserve.
But that's what I'm saying, though. I mean, in the East, you got a lot more people to throw into the argument in the West than you do in the East.
I mean,
Boston doesn't even have an All-Star for the first time in I don't know how damn long.
because they don't have any white guys.
They what?
They always have that one like token. Hey, maybe this guy is Larry Bird. We're gonna put him on the bench.
Look, Scalabrine was a good shooter. I know that's who you're referring to.
I was referring to Brian Scalabrine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, he could shoot. He was slow as hell and couldn't defend nobody. That's why he doesn't play.
Well, the West has
But
a
he could shoot.
the West has a strong
Hey,
reserves.
the world needs ditch diggers too.
Anyway, back to Brett.
over with the reserves in the West.
He's actually a coach.
Just
So, go ahead.
guards for the reserves in the West: James Harden,
Okay.
Westbrook.
I agree with Westbrook, but I would have put Lillard ahead of Harden. I think Harden's another fan vote.
Mm-hmm. Well, they've got with the forwards, they've got Kevin Durant.
Yep.
And LaMarcus Aldridge.
Okay.
They haven't announced all these yet. These are just projections, the non-red ones.
Right.
So
Right.
Westbrook hasn't been announced. Duncan hasn't been announced
I thought Westbrook was announced.
unless it came out within the past day. I think
I think it
29th.
was
Yeah.
announced. Yeah, Westbrook.
But
and
I mean,
Durant
it's a
both
given.
there.
He was going to be on the team.
Right.
There's no
Lillard
surprise.
is out.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of the weird one because Portland's been playing great.
Yeah, but here's the thing: what point guard do you take out? Do you take out Harden, who's basically,
No, you have
and
what,
do you
15
take out
spots?
Stephen Curry?
Hey,
You can't take out Curry. He's the
no.
best point guard in the league.
You're probably going to bump a forward, and you're going to take an extra guard.
Well, I don't think they do that.
Yeah, there's not set positions on the bench. And remember, with the starters, they don't have centers anymore.
Okay, so who? Well, I know we haven't mentioned Duncan yet, so I know he's reserved.
Yeah, they have.
If he plays, but yeah.
Yeah, they have him down as forward. And then
Klay Thompson.
Yeah, the two.
I agree with that one.
And Chris Paul is the other wild card.
I agree with that
I
one.
think he's in because I still think he's one of the top point guards.
So I think Lillard deserved to be there, but I can't say who I would replace him or use him to replace.
Yeah, I agree with you. Unless, there's no one really to replace him.
See, if you didn't talk all that shit about the Eastern Conference, you may be on one of their teams, and then you'd be in the All-Star game.
At least the ones that mentioned in the East and the reserved, Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
Jeff Teague.
Yeah.
Those are
some of these are the Hawks.
I like Teague, yeah.
Al Horford.
Yep.
Millsap.
Ronnie Millsap.
And then Bosch and Irving.
Bosch, Irving,
Kyrie Irving.
And Dwayne Wade.
Are just probable. And Korver, Brandon Knight, Derrick Rose, Vucevic, and Greg Monroe. I think Irving's in for sure. Wade's probably going to be hurt. He probably won't play.
Yeah.
I don't know about Korver or Rose. Rose, I mean, the Suns beat the Bulls last night, and Rose, I don't know if he doesn't care or he's not healthy. He's just not the guy he was 2-3 years ago.
See, you and Veronica said the same thing, but he's had more than 20-point games this season than not. So I think he's doing pretty good.
You know what he reminds me though is he doesn't have that killer instinct that he used to have per se.
Well, before when it was just him, they had to. Now you got all these other people that can score on the team,
and that's what my question is.
He doesn't have to.
I don't know if you get in a playoff game and he has to do that, can he still do that?
Oh, I'm sure he can.
I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. He's been saving his body. He's no longer throwing his body into the middle of everybody and then, landing on his shoulders and shit. So, I mean, but he doesn't do that anymore. So he's saving his body a lot, which they like. They love the fact that he can do that.
But that's just it. When it comes to crunch time,
I think that's what he's saving it for.
Because that's the thing.
Because he's still only, 20?
Yeah, but he's had 2 knee surgeries and a back surgery.
But man, he's shown from time to time that he can do it if he needs to.
I don't know. I have to see.
He's entitled to have a bad game or two. I mean, even LeBron's had bad games this year.
Well, we're talking about bad seasons.
But he's not having a bad season.
And I know the seasons are shortened because of the injuries last year, this year, so on and so forth. But I have to see it before I believe it. It's like LeBron could score 70 every game if he wanted to. He just doesn't. He'd rather pass. But if he goes down to the playoffs, he could if he really needed to. And I just don't know if Rose can. I'd have to see him do it at least once. And he hasn't done it since he's been back. And there's plus his comments in the playoffs. You
said what? Say again?
He hasn't done it since he's been back.
Done what?
Dominated a game.
Yeah, he did.
And plus with his comments in the postseason, that's what scares me.
Well, that was last year, man.
Right. But if that's his mindset, when it comes to crunch time.
It was last year. It was last year when he was already out.
Yeah, but he could. Who doesn't want to play in the playoffs?
Playoffs.
Thank you. Right, but once you're already out, then I mean, what are you going to say? You're going to say, "I think we can do it." We're already out, but I think we can do it.
No, he could have came back in that first round and played.
I think they did the best thing by holding him out because it's showing that he's still playing this year. He's playing okay, man. That's the part that everybody doesn't get.
I'm not saying he's playing bad. He's playing okay. I'll agree with you. But I just don't know if he's the dominant top-tier player that he once was.
No.
That's my point.
But again, but I mean, the dominant top-tier player was still only a 20-point-a-game person. I mean, so what do you expect now? He's still throwing up the same numbers.
His numbers they're comparable, but he's not dominating the game. And we talk about this all the time. The game changes in the playoffs. It's a different game. Is he going to be able to dominate that playoff game? Because it's more.
He doesn't have to.
That's more one-on-one.
But he doesn't have to. They surrounded him with who they got. They got Gasol now. They've got Gibson, who's just shooting lights out almost every night.
Don't forget about Kirk Heinrich.
Butler.
I mean, he's had more. He has more talent now. I mean,
they have
obviously,
a lot more talent surrounding him.
Gasol is greater than who is it? He's played for the Lakers. Boozer, for sure.
Gasol just made an All-Star game, All-Star team.
And he's gonna battle his brother, a vicious cockfight, to start the game.
Whoa. What are we talking about?
All right, NBA over. Next.
Oh, I just was actually looking at the just the last piece of that with this the slam dunk competition.
Oh yeah, I wanted to touch on that too.
The last 10 games, he's averaging over 23 points a game, which is 5 points above his career average. I think he's okay.
I just question if he can dominate a game. That's my question.
But why are you even asking that when you know he doesn't need to?
Because I need to see him do it.
That's like saying Kyrie has to.
Kyrie put up 55 the other night. I know he can.
In one game.
That's all I need him to do.
In one game. So if he plays lights out one game, then his whole season is
then I could say,
good.
Great, he's back. He's 100%.
He has to put up 55 for you to say he's back?
Or more.
Oh, my
I would
God.
hate to play for you.
No shit.
It's all about that killer instinct.
I would hate to have
Alright.
I would hate to be.
The slam dunk contest, I'm glad it's only 4 guys.
This is two of them have amazing last names. I'm still
Who are
trying
you talking about? Oladipo and I don't know, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's the one.
He's a Euro, so I question if he can be creative at dunks. Usually they're not. They're usually more fundamentals driven.
The
Mason Plumlee.
He's the only one that really.
Oladipo might do okay, but I'm glad it's only 4 guys. It's kind of played out, so let's get through it. Let's get it over with. I'll still watch. 3-point shootout is what I want to see.
Yeah, there's some good names on here.
Stephen Curry, Kyle Korver again. That guy's a monster back there. Klay Thompson, they always put a forward in there. I think he's all right, but I think it's going to be Korver and Curry, and that'll be a shootout. And JJ Redick, too, will be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably thinking that Curry's already going to take that.
Yeah, but it's not a game. It's a little different. But there's a lot of good talent. I think it'll be a good contest.
No, absolutely. And when is that game?
It's the weekend of the February 13th.
Okay.
It's about 2 weeks away.
Okay. All right. I mean, I just kind of missed it back in the day when like you had like Muggsy Bogues and like Spud Webb doing stuff, crazy stuff. But that's when the dunk contest actually was something. I think it's kind of lost its luster. I mean, now you have people jumping over cars trying to do it.
Yeah, it got real hokey.
Yeah.
When Kenny Smith came out there with that choir with the Kia. Blake Griffin jumped over a Kia. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, it earned him millions of dollars in sponsorship.
I think he was already sponsored by Kia.
I know, but still, not bad, man. Not bad.
Yeah, but this is a little too many props.
Yeah, I just missed it when we had a guy that would just literally just jump from the free throw line, and now people are now trying to always one up Jordan, but you're never going to. But
I'd agree with that.
So the biggest question is: are the Phoenix Suns going to make the playoffs this year?
Well, Markieff Morris is in a assault investigation.
Yeah. Well done.
I wonder if he'll let his brother take the rap for that.
Should his brother.
I'm taking a look right now at where the Suns are. I mean, mathematically they're not eliminated yet. I think they still do obviously have a chance, but
West is tough.
Chance. The problem is
the Thunder
and the Hornets. The Hornets are actually right behind the Suns right now.
Hornets.
The Hornets. Yep.
Aren't they in the East?
No.
Are you thinking of the Pelicans?
Oh yeah, the Pelicans. I'm looking at New Orleans and thinking they used to be the Hornets.
It's the Pelicans.
Yeah. Okay, so the Pelicans.
I don't get the Anthony Davis thing.
What don't you get about?
I mean, he's a good player, but everyone's anointing him as the next great forward. But
he's only been in the league 2 years.
I know. I think it's a little early.
You have to see him score 65 points.
Yeah, I'd like to.
6'5". He needs a quadruple
At
double.
least 50.
Oh my god.
You got to dominate. This is basketball. One guy can run a game.
No, you can't.
Not do it every night, but at some point you got to do it.
Oh my God, you're horrible.
I don't know if to answer your question, Jay, I don't know if Phoenix would be able to make the playoffs. I don't know.
Well, they're doing that thing where if you get a technical, you sit out the rest of the game because they've had so many technicals. And that hurt him the other night with Markieff Morris because he got a technical in the third and he sat out the rest of the game. And they, I think it was the Hornets came back and they lost.
Well, they are last, but 28-20. I don't know. I don't see them making the playoffs.
Anthony Davis, by the way, he's third in the league in points per game.
Good for
He
him.
averages a double-double.
2 years.
But if he's producing right now,
those are pretty good numbers for being 2 years in.
James Harden doesn't average a double-double, and he's at first with 27 points a game. LeBron James doesn't average a double-double, and he's at 26.2
Good
per
for
game.
him. His team's still awful.
So Anthony Davis is the only guy that does it.
I just don't get everyone washing him up. It's a little early to wash him up.
He's already averaging a double-double. Already. And it's not 12 and 10. It's 24 and a half and 10.
Good. You're a forward. You're supposed to get 10 rebounds.
Real, I don't see anybody else in here that's averaging a double-double that's a forward. Carmelo's not averaging a double-double for Jack.
Just throws the ball up any chance he gets. He's not really there.
Maybe LaMarcus Aldridge. Nope. 8.3. No. 10.2. 10.2. But the other guy's still better. 24.4 and 10.4.
It's a little early to wash him up.
Well,
that's all I'm saying. He's a good player.
But what are you saying? Nobody's saying Hall of Fame. They're just saying right now he's a pretty damn good player.
No, everyone's giving him the Hall of Fame. I'm like,
who said Hall of Fame?
You ever hear people talk about him? They all just want to take him out to dinner.
I've never heard that, and I pretty much live on SportsCenter.
Well,
that's the only show I watch.
SportsCenter is its own problem, but everyone I've heard is loving this guy, and
I love him too.
He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. I like him. He's playing very well. I need to see it for more time.
Okay, so 2 years in a row. So he's basically batting 1,000.
He didn't do it last year.
He's pretty damn close. So he's basically batting 1,000 already, and that's not good. He has to do it for 5 consecutive years.
He's going to be Kevin Love.
He's got better stats than Kevin Love.
He's the only guy in that team, you got to have at least 2 stars to make it to the finals.
God, nobody said anything about the finals.
Talking about wins.
Well, they're catching Phoenix.
Well, they probably will because Phoenix is awful.
Wow, did I finally get you to admit how bad your hometown team is?
I think it's dumb with their. You can't win in basketball until you blow the damn thing up.
What do you mean?
You have to win 10 games and get a number 1 pick, and they can never do it. They half-ass blow this damn thing up every 5 or 10 years, and then they come in and go, "Oh, we got 8 in the playoff. Good for us. Great."
So you want them to throw a season?
Yes.
So you get.
I'd rather not have mediocrity like we've had since 1995 because you're picking 8 through 12 every year.
Basically, you've had since forever, except for the '93 season when.
Hey, in the '70s, they played the Celtics twice. You remember that triple overtime game?
I don't remember the '70s. Sorry, I don't remember the '70s.
Those '80s teams the late '80s teams were pretty good too.
Yeah, they're all right.
But the problem is since that time they made it to playoffs, and they're like, "Oh, we made a lot of money getting to the finals. We better not be that bad, or else we'll lose all that." So then they always just, well, we're going to trade one of our pieces, but we're going to keep the other ones. And then they end up picking in the middle, and they can never get a top 5 talent or top 5 pick.
What's sad is my team is worse than his team, and I don't even say that about my team.
Well, what's sad is Brent's team, the Lakers, are going to be so bad that we can't get that top pick.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be in the top 5, so that Nash pick is not going to come to them.
I like the fact that the Celtics have 6 first-round draft picks in the next 2 years.
Well, I like the fact that the Lakers are going to probably be even worse next year, and that pick's unprotected. So the Suns could be picking twice in the top 5.
Great. So they'll finally do something in the playoffs in about 5
they'll
years.
probably be 4 and 9, and they'll still get a crappy player.
4 and 9.
Pick 4 and 9.
Oh,
that's where they'll pick. You have to pick in like the top 3 in the NBA to get a top tier talent.
Not necessarily. Just depends on how deep the draft is.
Usually, if you want a premium superstar, you've got to get really, really high.
There's some studs coming out. Everybody's talking about Okafor from Duke, who, by the way, is playing today against Virginia. Virginia's undefeated. They're the number 2 team in the country. And they're hosting Duke today, which is the number 4 team in the country. That's going to be a hell of a game. It's Anderson against Okafor. And I have the choice on going back out in the rain or going home and watching that game.
Life's full of decisions.
You
Tough
could
decisions.
take pictures of the TV before they put the graphics up and just say,
Say I was there.
Like, sorry, it's a little fuzzy. It was overcast.
No, I don't do that. I'll be out there bright and early tomorrow morning when the sun's out, and I'll have probably a few hundred pictures. But I promised Alejandro I'd take care of his equipment, and I'm not going to drag it out there in the rain. So,
well, I'll definitely be. I'll probably be watching some of the golf tomorrow. Definitely, it definitely will be. But
you watch
Yeah,
golf?
definitely.
Definitely.
Definitely watching golf.
No, I will be watching it. I'll be watching it instead of the Super Bowl.
It'll be over by the time
I
the
know,
Super Bowl
I know.
starts.
Well, we got to go ahead and take a break. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick little one right now. And we will be it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Stay with us. You listen to JD's Rockin' Sports.
Would you like to own a thriving business and help employ local veterans? The Vetraplex Handyman Construction and Landscape business is the opportunity you've been waiting for. The Vetraplex is your gateway to an affordable startup business with 0% financing for qualifying owners. By owning a Vetraplex franchise, you will be hiring veterans, providing them both income and opportunity, while at the same time providing your customers a way to say, thank you for your service to our nation's veterans. For more information, visit vetraplex.org. Again, that's vetraplex.org or call 928-284-2022.
Breaker, 19. How about that bandit? You got them ears on, son?
Have you ever wanted to be a truck driver? If so, pay attention. If not, pay attention anyway. Southwest Truck Driver Training offers everything you need to get started. You can get hired before you begin training. They've got GI Bill approved training facilities, day, night, or weekend programs to fit your busy schedule. And if you have any questions, no sweat. They've got veteran supportive campuses with veterans on staff to serve you. And on top of that, they have lifetime job placement assistance. Put the pedal to the metal. Call Southwest Truck Driver Training today.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in their life. I'm no different. Hey everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strong about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
If you or someone you know is looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National Career Fairs at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face-to-face. To find the nearest career fair to you, visit ncfairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
And we are back. You're listening to JD's Rockin' Sports. Was that song skipping?
No, that was Pantera, but that was.
That's kind of sometimes what it sounds like when I play guitar.
That was supposed to be Drag the Waters. I don't know why it switched to Revolution is my name.
We can just blame the producer. That's bad production on that.
Blame YouTube because that's the link that it was.
Oh, no. Right. I have to see
Canada.
I have to see you have more good A games before I can believe that.
Had plenty. Check the tape.
No,
check the game tape.
No, not enough. Anyway, we are come back on towards the last sections here. Super Bowl.
We actually are not allowed to say that word on air.
It's a big game.
Seriously, we're actually not allowed to.
I thought that was only if you were giving away tickets.
Nope, that is trademarked.
Unless
you have written permission to be able to say so, that it has to be the big game or the big super game or the super big bowl game, or you can't say super blank or a blank bowl.
The S Bowl.
I don't know if you can say that either. So, anywho, I don't think anybody really that listens to us is going to really do anything about it. But I was just looking through ESPN, 48 people that picked. It came out 25-23 Seattle. 25-20. And all of these scores, except for like the one that I told you about before the thing, are within 3 to 4 points. Except for Ron Jaworski, who says Patriots 31-20. And somebody put one down that was the Hawks pretty big too. It was like 35-27 or something like that.
Well, this they've been saying this is one of the
Patriots 35-28.
This is like one of the closest big games in terms of like the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
At least when I was watching, they were doing. No, this isn't anything like an official poll. They were just doing like what this particular stat they took just from Twitter. They're like, okay, we're having
Twitter.
I didn't do it.
You messed my mic. With
Twitter.
With they were. So I was going to say sending out tweets, and I was like, no, I want to say Twitter. So I kind of combined it. 51 to like it was like something like 51 to 49% that they were mentioning like with the favorite.
Yeah,
and it just kept on going back and forth like and then like on the CBS.com they have a list of some of the closest the closest in terms of who was the favorite, and in the 1972 Dolphins Redskins was like by 1%, and right now they're saying if it holds up the way it's projecting, it's going to be one of the closest without a favorite because they're so well evenly matched.
Well, it's a pick 'em in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's -1 now.
They changed it. It's always been real close. I think it opened at 3 for the Patriots, and then it went to 1 pretty quick, and then it was a pick 'em.
Yeah, and it's pretty close here. I mean, for the people that we know at ESPN, John Clayton took the Seahawks. Adam Scheffler took Patriots, Chris Mortensen Patriots, Ron Jaworski Patriots, Todd McShay Patriots.
So all the guys that broadcast out of Connecticut picked the Patriots.
ESPN's based out of Connecticut.
Yeah, but they have the LA studio.
That has nothing to do with it.
Just saying they're picking their hometown team.
Nobody's from there, believe it or not.
But if you live there,
yeah, no. In that case, then John Clayton would have done it. Mom, I'm finished my segment.
Well, that's because John Clayton's smart.
That's right.
I love that commercial.
That is a good one.
Mom, I'm finished my segment.
So, injury report for the game. There's not a lot, actually. Jarrell Revis sat out yesterday, but it was on rest. And Donta Hightower, shoulder for the Patriots. Dante, whatever. There's a Dante, too, at somewhere. But that's really it for the Patriots. They still have Tom Brady, but that's
Tom Brady's been on the injury report as probable since 2003.
Yeah, exactly. The Seahawks do have Cam Chancellor, Marshawn Lynch, Richard Sherman, J.R. Sweezy, and Earl Thomas.
Jay Sweezy.
I think the only big ones there are Chancellor and
Chancellor's going to be fine. His injury is really it's just a bruise. He bumped knees with a teammate.
But Sweezy left the game.
Yeah.
I remember a couple weeks ago. So his could be worse, but it said he wasn't limited in practice. The big curveball is Sherman with he's about to have a girl due.
Yeah.
So depending when that happens, he may
I can't
be
make a
late.
call on that. Obviously, I don't have any kids, so I'd say stay at the Super Bowl.
Is it his first or his second?
I don't know.
If it's your
It's his
first, you
first.
got to go.
Yeah.
It's his first kid.
I think he'll maybe pop her in the ER under the stadium, pop it out real quick, run back out on the field.
Wow.
I don't think they have set up for that at a football
Wow,
stadium.
I'm sure they could. It's a Super
Well,
Bowl. Only the finest.
I'm sure they're going to ask for next year's Super Bowl, whoever's going to have it. Do you have an emergency labor room underneath the field in case this were to happen?
can we?
Well, somehow she got to Phoenix, so I don't think you were supposed to ride on a plane when you were about to pop.
Yeah.
I'm no expert, but
Didn't she drive though?
I don't know.
That'd be
I don't know.
awesome.
I don't know.
What do I look like, a doctor?
Doctor.
I'm not a scientist. Well,
Just ask this rocket.
All right, so let's get these final thoughts in here on this game. Let's start with you there, Mr. Producer.
I still think it's going to be the Patriots, and I think it's going to be bigger than everybody says. I think it'll be a close game throughout, but I think the Patriots will win 31-17.
Very nice. You get to keep your job.
Late
Joel.
score.
No, I'm also going to go for the Patriots. I think it will be 26-24.
I can see that. See that, Brent?
I still have the Patriots, and I think I'm still going with my original score. I think I said it was going to be 27-17.
I hate it when we all pick the same ones, but that doesn't mean I'm going to pick against my Patriots. Yeah, I said 20-17 on air when I was asked, so that's what I'm sticking to. The two Super Bowls that they lost were like a total of like 4 points or something like that. So yeah, I think it's going to be close. I think it's a chess match, essentially, is what the Super Bowl is. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, I'm a diehard Patriots fan. If they win, Spygate goes away. Deflategate goes away.
Doesn't go away. It goes under the rug, where Goodell puts it.
Well, because that's been the one thing that always comes back. They haven't won since.
I think it still dings them. I don't want to get into this discussion because it's dead horse, but
You would think it is.
If you can't win, or every time you do win, there's controversy.
Yeah, that's another thing. They're saying that there's probably nothing that's going to happen about it because you don't know where the balls were started at. There's no record of it. The ref just could have been bad at his job and didn't, pump them up where they should be. There's no record of it. Why? I don't know. But you can't blame that on the ball boy. So I know that much. So I don't think anything's really going to come out of it. I think it was a bigger story than it needed to be. Just because it's the Patriots. Like I said before, if Tampa Bay came out and said, yeah, we did it, that would have been a story for about 30 minutes. And that's just because they put it on that one segment on ESPN, and after that, they would drop it.
But also, if Tampa Bay said that, we did deflate our ball, they'd probably be like, well, look at your record, blow that thing back up.
Yeah.
It's not working for you.
And then you have all these other quarterbacks who come out and say, yeah, I used to do that shit all the time because I don't like feeling a rock hard ball, no fun intended. So, again, this is one of those things that it's just out there, and I think that a victory will, throw these things in the garbage and everything will go away. So,
I think they're going to come out pissed.
Yep, they seem to come together when these things happen. And I think the Seahawks do play well, but I think they're a little too loose.
I just don't want to see another Marshawn Lynch interview ever again.
If he wins the MVP, he's mandated to give a press conference on Monday.
Oh,
really?
God, are we serious? He might actually get fined again for his
I could see if they're winning and he's having
that
in a decent game, then the writers could pick him just a double middle finger to him.
Yeah. He might actually get fined again because of his hat, because it's against
he's
uniform policy.
He's sold out of them already.
Well, no, he sold out of the one that he wore, and then he came back the next day and wore a different one.
He sold out of both of them. They're on back order on his website.
So he's
doing okay because they were.
Damn the media for putting that on TV. so everybody can see it. Shame on them. We just boosted your sales by 2,000%. They're horrible people. Give me a break. Goodell said it best today when he said, look, the media is the link from the game to the fans. Whether you like it or not, the NFL needs the media and the players. If you're going to promote yourself, you need the media. Plain and simple. So I hope he gets fined. I hope he gets fined. If I could, I'd repossess his house. That's how much fine I'd give him. But I think that might be a little excessive.
It might be, but I'm sure there's people that might be on that page with you.
All right, let's talk about fun stuff.
That's pretty fun to me.
No, come on, prop bets. What color will New England Bill Belichick's hoodie be?
Hey, he'll probably wear the gray.
Is negative 120 and red is plus 750.
Well,
Also
if it's
blue.
negative, that means that's the favorite.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go. Wait a minute. Who's the home team? Because it's gray when they wear white.
They wear white. If he wears blue,
he wears
I
blue
think they're
when they're
the home
home
team. I think they're
Then I'm going to go. I'm going to go with blue.
You mean gray?
No, gray is the white. Is white.
Is it? But that's
the
what
home team is their blue jersey. Their home jersey is the dark blue jersey.
I think you should wear a suit and tie just to be a jerk.
Yeah, that's not him. That would never be him.
They're even trying to see what color Gatorade is going to be poured on the winner. Like he's like,
yeah.
And Kevin Agani's like, I'm going to go out there on a personal. He's like, I'm saying purple.
I'm going lemon lime.
I like the one on Russell Wilson. Will he have more rushing yards versus how much a gallon of gas costs in cents?
175?
I don't think I understand.
Yeah, no.
I just like that how they break it down. And this is a good one because this is a fun fact. Will there be a safety in the game? Because there was one last year and there's been 3 the past 6 Super Bowls, but before that there were 0. You're talking about like 42 games where there was no safeties, and then there's been 3.
I think with this defense, it's definitely a possibility.
Not the first snap like last year.
No.
yeah. Hopefully not like that.
Of all the people not to be ready for a snap, it's Peyton Manning.
That's his center's fault. He snapped it too early. And then there's one on Katy Perry, but it's not on this list I'm looking at on if she's wearing a skirt, a dress, or shorts, or you could.
She'll probably wear some sort of a dress.
Skirt. Lots of cleavage. Let's hope.
Well, it's true. It is nice down here.
Well, the roof was supposed to be open. I don't know if it will be.
Not that this is news, but there's rumors that her and Wilson are dating.
He did just kick his high school sweetheart to the curb.
Well, during the interview with Chris Berman, he said, there's a lot of things to look at here for the Super Bowl. You got a great offense versus a great defense. You got a halftime featuring Katy Perry. So that's how he said it too. He like slowed it down and did that. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Well, I heard one thing. I heard one thing today, and I think it's a bunch of BS. Or not today, this week. Wilson might not. He's due to get the bonus. This is his 4th year of his 5th year rookie deal, and if he played, and have all the stats,
he definitely deserves the bonus.
He might not sign it, and the reason is he might want to go try baseball.
Well, here's the thing about Seattle.
He still has eligibility, and he's owned by the Rangers.
That's true. Here's the thing about Seattle that a lot of people aren't thinking about. All right, you got all these young studs that are coming off of these early contracts that deserve bigger contracts. Seattle cannot keep all of them. They'll barely be able to keep half of them.
I don't think Lynch is there next year.
I don't think Lynch will be there. Yeah, I think he's too much of an issue.
Well, their 2 backups they're not as good, but they're good enough for what they do.
Demetrius Bronson.
Yeah, and you got to pay Wilson.
You got to pay Wilson.
You can replace a running back. It's not as good.
You've got Thomas, Sherman, Lynch, Wilson, Chancellor, their tight end, the other Wilson,
Luke.
Yeah.
But I don't.
You've got all of these young studs that are coming off their, I'm a nice young guy contract that are going to want 5 to 10 times their rookie contract and deserve it. Sherman, definitely. Chancellor, definitely.
Yeah, Chancellor, definitely. I think Thomas is going to go.
Thomas, definitely.
He deserves it, but one of those guys has got to go. And Cam Chancellor's your
And
quarterback.
Whether I like it or
Sherman's
not, whether I like him or not is not even a question. It's the fact that Lynch can still run the damn ball. If Seattle doesn't keep him, it's because of his issues.
And you know where I could see him going? They have the cap money, and it's his hometown is Oakland.
Oh, yeah. I would love to see him.
And they don't have any running
fit.
backs. MJD is a free agent, and so is McFadden. So they've got a big hole, and they've got the money.
Wouldn't it be funny as hell if he was a bit? And this is why I'm thinking the Patriots going to win tomorrow or tomorrow, because of the guy that nobody's talking about. Everybody's talking Brady. Everybody's talking about Gronkowski.
It's always a guy nobody picks to be the MVP.
Like Garrett Blount. Nobody's talking about New England's running game. The guy just ran for 160 yards in the AFC Championship game. Nobody's talking about him. I think he's just as good a runner as Lynch.
I'd agree with you. The one thing on him though, they might get dinged for tampering based on what he said.
No. The Jets were tampering with him. It wasn't the Patriots. It was the Jets.
Well, he said that did he already know he was going to New England, and he kind of started to say it and he's backed off.
No.
I don't think anything will happen of it. No, but I wouldn't be surprised.
The Jets were the one that were actually talking to him when he was in Pittsburgh. That's why they went through a complete overhaul in New York.
Well,
they cleaned out everybody. Good for the
Jets because they needed to clean house.
Rex Ryan, by the way, picked New England.
Did anybody see the Pizza Hut commercial? He's in a Pizza Hut commercial right now.
Well, he had his Pizza Hut shirt on when he did his interview out here.
He was in one, and so is Tony Romo.
Romo, really?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
saw it.
Chip Kelly's in what, Tostitos or something like that
Really?
commercials?
Didn't he hire a nutritionist? I don't think they'd recommend Tostitos.
He was he wanted to be the official chip of the NFL when really it was Tostitos. In the commercial. Yuck.
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
What a wacky character that guy is.
I'm excited. I can't wait for this game to be played, but I can't wait for it to be over, to be honest with you. I just can't, because as a fan, the last couple of times haven't really been good to me. Sorry. I mean, we were 2 plays from being 5-0 in the Super Bowl. Well, 5-1, counting the Bledsoe Green Bay Packer debacle.
Yeah, and he had some good news too. He can now sell wine.
You go
to Massachusetts and ship it there.
Very nice.
And just remember,
and it'll sell too, because there's a lot of people that drink in Massachusetts.
Well, there's a reason. It's cold. It's full of snow.
What's that got to do with drinking?
Well, when it's cold, you drink because it keeps you warm.
Brent, do you wait until it gets cold to drink?
Just ask the Irish.
I'm drunk right now. I'm drinking this entire show.
The Patriots always win when there's controversy.
No, they don't.
In 09 or what was that? 07, there wasn't that much controversy. They lost.
Yeah, but we had to put up with Mercury Morris the whole damn season.
Well, that's a whole other thing.
But once the football game is over, it is football is in the banks. And then baseball's it gets closer.
Spring training.
I know.
2 weeks
before we know it. We're gonna go ahead and take our final break, and we'll come back and wrap it up with final thoughts and everything. But stick with us. You are listening to JD's Rockin' Sports.
All right. I just got it.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in their life. I'm no different. Hey everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help. So I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strong about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
Breaker, one now. How about that bandit? You got them ears on, son?
Have you ever wanted to be a truck driver? If so, pay attention. If not, pay attention anyway. Southwest Truck Driver Training offers everything you need to get started. You can get hired before you begin training. They've got GI Bill approved training facilities, day, night, or weekend programs to fit your busy schedule. And if you have any questions, no sweat. They've got veteran supportive campuses with veterans on staff to serve you. And on top of that, they have lifetime job placement assistance. Put the pedal to the metal. Call Southwest Truck Driver Training today.
If you or someone you know is looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National Career Fairs at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face-to-face. To find the nearest career fair to you, visit ncfairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
Would you like to own a thriving business and help employ local veterans? The Vetraplex Handyman Construction and Landscape business is the opportunity you've been waiting for. The Vetraplex is your gateway to an affordable startup business with 0% financing for qualifying owners. By owning a Vetraplex franchise, you will be hiring veterans, providing them both income and opportunity, while at the same time providing your customers a way to say, thank you for your service to our nation's veterans. For more information, visit vetraplex.org. Again, that's vetraplex.org or call 928-284-2022.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. No, I stand my ground. Won't be.
And we are back. You're listening to JD's Rockin' Sports. And we are closing down the final portion of the segment.
Butt plug. That's the two words I got for you, dude.
Someone
Butt
need
plug.
to sew his
There's some
ass
final
shut.
thoughts right
I
there.
just wish you guys were. Oh, that was
See, why can't you
powerful.
say the Tuesday show is loose? This is supposed to be the professional show. It's 3 hours.
You can't get more professional than what I just did right there.
I think we could get a lot more professional.
Oh, someone want to crack a window or something?
I can barely see you, Aaron. It's cloudy over here. But yeah, so we'll be going ahead and wrapping up today's show. We'll kind of go for some final thoughts, kind of get everyone's take on everything. So JD, we'll start with you since you're in my couch right now. So
I've got some breaking wind, breaking news.
I believe I had the broken wind.
Halftime show. There's been a few special guests. This just in, Misdemeanor Elliott will be part of the
I just
halftime
called
show.
that.
Yeah, you just called her as the #1 female rapper today, so
Of all time.
she will be a special guest on the halftime show tomorrow. So I can't wait for the commercials too.
Yeah. I'm hoping they're relevant, unlike last year when you're in the third. And you're
I know
like,
Budweiser always does something patriotic. I kind of like that. I do.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Get
but
it? Patriots, patriotic. Yeah.
Well, it's not 2001, and there's a magical new quote unquote tuck rule, so they can win the title
Yeah.
right after 9/11. Was that convenient?
No, that wasn't because it happened in New York.
No
So
one-
why didn't the Giants or the Jets win?
There was this tuck rule that was not a fumble. Patriots are going to the championship.
Hey, it's in the rule book. It was in the rule book. They took it out last year. So quit hating. So Missy Elliott halftime show with what's her name?
Beep beep. Who got the keys to my Jeep? Room.
Wow.
That's a song.
Brent, can you follow that?
Sorry if you guys don't know your lady rappers.
At no point any little rambling.
That's a lyric from a Missy Elliott song.
It has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
So I think I must have sold all of her albums at like one of my last garage sales or something. I don't have.
For like,
Why you gotta hate?
if you get that, I'll give you this Missy Elliott CD for free.
All right, why don't you keep it real?
That's
Oh
all I
my
believe in.
God.
That's why I am real all the time, 100%. I never joke around nothing.
Are we going anywhere with this?
I'm waiting for Joel to give his final thoughts.
Joel, what do you got?
I thought it was Brent. Oh well.
Go ahead, Joel.
Neither one of them
Joel-
can move forward.
Brett's-
Joel, help us out here.
Brett's the host today. He gets to go last.
People are hanging out.
I
on
was,
the
I was
road.
afraid to breathe after what Brent was doing. So, but
Fair amount of truth in that.
good UFC fight tonight. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was a weak card, but now I think with all the backstory lines, I think it's going to be actually a pretty good card.
Good. And
Good
again,
time
what
tonight.
time to start again?
The main card starts at 8. Prelims are on Fox Sports 1 at 6.
Cool. We'll definitely take some action on
Outstanding.
that one. Aaron.
That soccer game ended in a 1-1 tie. So
That soccer game ended in a
I was
1-1
talking
tie.
about it when we started the show. Man City versus Chelsea.
Oh, okay.
And Chelsea hangs on to the top spot, Premier League. And for some reason, both the Coyotes games this weekend are on radio only. I don't know who scheduled road radio only games, but they're an idiot.
Coyotes won yesterday. Shot a goal from their own blue line.
Yeah, I
See
know
it?
it was.
Yeah, I
pretty
did see
good. It
that.
was pretty
Yeah, I did see that.
And I just saw a story a few minutes ago. ASU is in talks to play their Division I games, which will be starting soon at Gila River Arena with the Coyotes. So that would be interesting.
That's nice.
And along that same line, Arizona is one of the top rising locations for hockey prospects. They're expected to have the number 1 pick in 2016.
Outstanding.
Wow.
Kind of weird. But yeah, so watch some hockey. Hockey Night in Canada will be on NHL Network, and Super Bowl tomorrow. Go Pats. Shut up the Seahawks fans.
Wow.
I'll second that.
Yeah.
Brent.
Well, I mean, definitely be watching the football tomorrow. I will be watching UFC tonight. But that's I don't know. I don't think you can go any other way with except for football tomorrow. So I will be watching golf, but don't worry.
This is the last show after 2 years, after almost 3 years of JD's Rockin' Sports. It is now transitioning on to Vets on Media Sports.
Do we need to pour some out for our homies?
No,
didn't make it here.
we're good. But Ivan, Justin, who else have we had on here? Veronica. Those that have come and gone.
That's who's been here in my 10 here.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, everybody else, you guys have been here with us for a while now.
About a year now.
You guys are the future for Vets on Media Sports. I'm gonna continue to grow it, and you guys continue to report it. And that's
As long as you're a grower, I'm a shower.
Wow.
I have no response to that whatsoever.
Wow. I think
I had
Give your
something, but
final
then he
thoughts
winked
and let's
at
go
me.
home.
And
the wink and the gun.
But yeah, so you know when you follow us on Facebook and stuff, you're gonna start seeing Vets on Media Sports for that page. Don't freak out; it's still us. We're just growing. So that's about it for me. Brent, you want to close this out?
I'm growing right now.
Shut up.
Yeah, we'll go. Well, definitely, we will be on Tuesday night show, so definitely check us out for that. But everyone, have a great day, and as JD would say, I'm out.
Go Patriots, baby.